Hello, hello, hello. As I have a few minutes spare this afternoon, I thought I'd take the opportunity to respond to some of your emails and messages via Facebook, and even I've had a couple of letters come through. But anyway, no particular order. I just put my hand in and took out 3 or 4. Ralph in Adelaide asked, when I see you at conventions and watch your vlogs, you always seem happy. What makes you sad? What a strange question. I think generally speaking I like to be happy. That's not to say that sad things just wash over me and I ignore them. I think in life we all have ups and downs, well, life does throw things from left field sometimes, and you just have to deal with them. What makes me sad most? Well, of course, the loss of family and friends and pets in particular. It makes me sad when I watch the news and people aren't quite on the same wavelength as I am, or I don't understand why they can't think of simple answers like I do. I always think there must be a simple way of solving that, so that makes me sad. But at the end of the day, I've got to get out of bed. If I wake up, I've got to live my life. And life isn't that long, you know. I'm 57 now, so I'm aware that 71, which is the sort of 3 score plus 10, is looming. So just get on life and try not to sort of burden other people with your worries. That's not to say that you mustn't find a friend or someone to go and talk to, have a shoulder to cry on. That's always very helpful indeed. But I don't, at the spur of the moment, to say what makes me sad is quite difficult, really. And perhaps I should have read through some of these questions before I decided to answer them on air. Right. Elaine in Cardiff. Right, what does she say? Do you like award ceremonies? Don't you think the Oscars and the BAFTAs are no more than an ego trip for self-centered, overpaid idiots? Oh, that's a bit strong, Elaine. If I didn't know better, I'd think that you are perhaps a little jealous. Yes, in the lovey world, I suppose the Oscars and the BAFTAs do come over as a bit glittery and pompous and whatever, but I can tell you, as a former Toastmaster, every week there's a ceremony of some sort to celebrate the work of colleagues and captains of industry, and they all run along the same path. Lots of people talk in glowing terms, somebody comes up and there are always tears and a big speech given. So it's not just actors and the entertainment industry, but I defend the entertainment industry. I will say an Oscar and a BAFTA is something we would all love to have, and any actor who says they don't is lying. And we strive and we do work hard, despite what some people might think, and it's just letting your hair down. And because sometimes it can be very tough, very harrowing, sleepless nights, aches and pains, and people who just go and watch their films or watch television don't take that into account. And personally, I love to see who's been nominated, and I don't always agree with who's won, but what I will say, everyone who's nominated deserves it. So I hope that's answered your question there, Elaine. Right, what is... Oh dear, I'm being told off again. I notice you like to provoke people. Why do you think you have the right to be so rude? Recent example, my comments about Heathrow Airport. I didn't think I was rude, I was just giving my viewpoint. But I must admit, Tony does sometimes say that I could have expressed myself in a different way. No, I'm not rude. People ask me my opinion, so I give it. And all I can say to everyone is, if you don't like what I say, don't watch. Or don't ask me a question if you're not prepared for the answer. And Heathrow, to me, is another example of how I can't understand why people don't think the way I do. But I'm not in any position to make the decisions that affect the rest of us. But if asked, I will give my opinion. And I think it's wrong to expand Heathrow for reasons given in a recent vlog. Go and research. Right. And finally, who have we got here? I'm assuming it's pronounced Babu. Babu in Manchester. Why are lemons called lemons when they are yellow, but oranges are orange and blueberries are blue? I've never thought of that, really. Well, I mean, I suppose if you're an artist, you would distinguish with different types of yellow, and an artist would say, oh, that's a lemon yellow. An orange is called, I don't know, I'd have to look that one, how did it get its name? But then, not all fruit or veg is named after its colour. After all, bananas are yellow or green, so they're not greens. We don't say, can I have a bag of bendy greens, please? And if we did, it might get confused with runner beans. And strawberries. Now, I do know strawberries are called strawberries because they're berries that grow on beds of straw. That's one of the few things I do know. But be interesting. Maybe somebody else can tell me. Why is a lemon called a lemon and not yellow? Anyway, on that note, oh, sorry, my stand for my mic was resting on my tummy and I laughed, so you got a bit of a headache there as I wobbled. Anyway, I hope that's enough for this time round, but please do continue to send in your questions. And I sometimes I think I should actually research them so I don't sound such an idiot. Elaine.